Travel isn't an option that's open to everyone, and that's never more true than the dead of winter. But really, there are some places that are best experienced during the cold season. And on today's Verhaalgard Ventures, we'll learn why Faolan, city of the winter elves, is one of them. Obviously, it's easier to visit Faolan in the summer, but it is well worth the effort to come during the height of wintertime. Why is that, you ask? It's because of the Midwinter Day celebrations that Faolan puts on every year. Right in the deepest part of winter, with snow lying thick on the ground, the elves of Faolan celebrate the fact that winter is halfway over, from the warmth and comfort of their great halls and cozy A-frame cabins. It's a day full of food, family, and gifts. It's also where Faolan is from, and she insists that we come every year.
What was that?
I was just talking about the Midwinter's Day festivities. Care to talk about your favorite midwinter tradition?
Oh gosh, the baking. No, the caroling. No, actually, the snow sculpture competition. What about you?
You know me. I like to sit in a comfortable chair by the fire in the Grand Hall and read a book.
That's not a midwinter tradition.
It's my midwinter tradition. And anyway, I'll be participating with all that other stuff anyway. I'm going to need to sit quietly by myself for a while.
I thought maybe the gifts were your favorite part.
I do love giving gifts, but it's a bit hard to surprise you.
I try really hard not to see. I like being surprised.
I think it's about time for the snow sculpture contest to start. You better go.
Oh, right. See you in a bit.
All right, everybody. The results of the snow sculpture contest are in. It was a tough competition this year, but the judges have picked their top 3 results. In third place for their sculpture of Faolan's own Elven King, the red ribbon goes to Noig. Congratulations. The purple ribbon goes to Faolan Vance for her delightful Snow Pegasus sculpture. Way to go, sweetheart! I feel like I should point out here that my only involvement in this event is announcing the winners, before anyone starts to think that the judges were biased. And really, who could look at that majestic snow sculpture and not think it deserves an award? Wow! And finally, the green ribbon of first place goes to this incredibly lifelike snowdrift. It was unsigned, and no one seems to know who built it. So if this is your work, please come forward now. Anyone? To be clear, I'm talking about this sculpture. This one here. Someone must have worked hard on it. Look at how realistic it is. I could almost swear it was breathing. That's been your annual Faolan Snow Sculpture Contest. Thanks for participating! Coming in out of the cold is the perfect time to partake in another major midwinter tradition. Baked goods. Now, the elves of Faolan live much closer to the ground than their cousins, the summer elves of Yorworth. In fact, they don't live in the trees at all, since the pines dominant in the northern reaches of the Ulain forest aren't really conducive to being lived in. And since they live in grand halls and cozy cabins instead, they have some culinary arts unavailable in Yorworth. Baking. Believe me, the Midwinter Festival is the premier time of year to show off the baker's art. Let's visit the kitchens and see what's hot out of the oven to warm up.
Oh, arenthaer!
Hey, Faolan, what's good this year?
Well, I baked these butterscotch and chocolate bars.
Oh, those are my favorite. I'll take some of that.
And Mother made these cookies.
I'll have a couple of those.
My sister made this pie.
What kind?
Can't you smell it? Apple.
Oh, yeah. I guess I better have some of that.
And here's Great Aunt Bedelia's pudding.
Okay.
Cousin Gobnet's turnovers.
Remember
Fiskara? My great-nephew once removed.
That kid with the runny nose?
Arenthaer, that was nearly 20 years ago. And he said he was sorry for sneezing on you.
He said he was sorry. I can't remember. This is a human relative, right? From your father's side? Full grown now?
Yeah, anyways. He made this special glazed fruitcake. You have to take some or you'll hurt his feelings.
Oh.
Oh, and you have to try...
Faolan.
What?
I think I have plenty of desserts. In fact, I don't think I'll have any room for the traditional roast beast.
Wimp. Midwinter comes but once a year. It's okay to indulge a little.
Yes, but this is indulging a lot. Anyway, listeners, if you love baked goods, Faolan at Midwinter is the place to be. If you're looking for adventure near Faolan, be advised that the city is only a relatively short distance from the very deepest part of the Elaine Forest. And in that deepest part, there's a witch. Not just like a woman who casts spells or has a cat and a broom and a wart. I mean a proper, powerful being that can only be described as a witch. It is, if you have a choice, best to avoid her entirely. No sane person would willingly seek out the Witch of the Elaine Forest. Luckily for me, everyone knows adventurers, and retired adventurers by extension, are insane. See, the Elaine Witch is also well known as a collector who sometimes is willing to trade things, and she has a particular crystal which I, for reasons of the season, need. I don't know what the witch is going to ask for. In the past, I know she's asked for firstborn children, or the next thing that surprises you, or 7 years of memories, famous works of art or artifacts, or just a lot of money. I brought a lot of money, and I kind of hope that's what she wants, but I've got some other interesting stuff to trade. Ah, here it is.
Hello?
Hi.
Did you want something, or are you just here to trick me into letting all the heat out of my house?
Right, yes. I understand you have a high-quality Longview crystal. I was hoping I could persuade you to part with it.
Oh, of course. Come in, dearie.
Thanks. It's quite the walk to your little cottage, especially in the dead of winter.
Oh, my. Your feet must be very cold from trudging all the way here.
Nah, I'm alright. My boots are pretty good at keeping out the cold and wet. When you're an adventurer, you don't skimp on footwear. So about that crystal, I'm not sure what you'd like. I brought the statue of...
The boots. I want your boots.
What?
You can have the crystal. You just have to give me your boots.
But I walked here. It is so cold outside. The snow's nearly up to my knees in some places.
You don't have to take the deal, but I won't give you the crystal for anything other than your boots.
Fine, here. There, happy now? Can I have the crystal, please?
Here you are. Enjoy it. Was there something else?
No, I was just trying to think if any of my spells will help me not get frostbite.
And?
Can't think how. Oh, say, do you know something that would help?
What do you give me for it?
Never mind. Thank you and goodbye. Ye gods, that's cold. It's gonna be a long walk back. See what I mean about needing to be insane to try bargaining with the Elaine Witch? And keep in mind, I got off relatively lightly. This is something you should only try if you really, really need what the witch has and have no other way of getting it.
Arenthaer, there you are. Where have you been? And why are your feet all wet?
Hey, it's a long story. Remind me to buy more healing potions later. But I think this is a good time to swap gifts. Here, this is for you.
A telescope.
Yeah, it's made with the most powerful Longview crystal I could find. You should be able to see everything in the night sky now.
Oh, wow, I love it. My gift feels a little silly now. I had a feeling you might want these.
It's a brand new pair of adventurer's boots.
I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. And exactly what I wanted. Thank you, Finola. Faolan is truly a magical place. If you're looking for a cozy place to spend midwinter with entirely too many baked goods and fun in the snow, It's the best place on Verhaalgard. Of course, I couldn't cover everything. In the springtime, which around here starts in about June, the Faolan gardens are spectacular. And the elves of Faolan have an amazing theatrical tradition, since for about 6 months of the year, it's best to find indoor entertainments. We'll see you next time on Verhaalgard Ventures.